Finally, God is exposing your friend. Your friend is my dear child. If you believe in angels, start this video and watch it completely. Angel says, stop what you're doing and open this message now. Archangel Michael says, this is the moment you've been waiting for. The moment the veil is lifted, the truth comes out. And what was done in the dark by someone you trusted is being exposed by heaven itself. God has waited patiently for the perfect time to show you something you weren't ready to see before. But now the time has come. And this time, if you keep ignoring it, the price will be far too great. You must hear this for your soul, your purpose, and your protection. Archangel Michael says, I order you to open this message and keep reading until the end because your friend, the one you thought loved you, the one you've cried for, the one you defended, is not who you think they are. And what they've done in secret will shake the foundations of your world. God is exposing your friend now and you deserve to know. God says this is a moment of divine unveiling. Not to destroy you but to save you. You have been praying, haven't you? You've been asking, God, why is my life stuck? Why is everything I try to build falling apart? And in your tears, you whispered prayers that not even the people closest to you heard. But I, your God, heard them. And now I'm answering, not with thunder, not with flames, but with truth. You are about to see what your heart couldn't handle until now. Your friend, someone who smiles in your face, laughs with you, tells you they love you, has been carrying a secret that was never meant to reach your ears. But heaven cannot stay silent anymore. Archangel Michael says, the war over your destiny has been raging behind the scenes. And while you were fighting demons, you could see the real threat was hiding in plain sight. Your friend, yes, the one you shared meals with. The one you encouraged when they were down, the one who knows the most about your dreams and your wounds. That friend is not innocent. That friend has been working against you spiritually and physically. And this isn't a suspicion. This isn't a maybe. This is a divine revelation. This is God's voice telling you it's time to wake up. It's time to open your eyes because the danger is standing right beside you, disguised in loyalty, cloaked in affection, and smiling while holding the knife behind your back. God says there is a reason why your name has been showing up in places you've never been, attached to problems you never created. There is a reason why doors that should have opened for you were slammed shut without explanation. And it's not because I, your God, abandoned you. I never left. I was watching. I was waiting. But I needed the right hour to expose what this person, your friend, has been hiding. You see, your friend has spoken things about you behind closed doors that would break your heart. They've shared your secrets with those who wished you harm. They've even smiled when you cried, not out of sympathy, but because your pain gave them a strange sense of satisfaction. They didn't start this way, but somewhere along the way, jealousy entered their spirit. And once it took root, everything changed. Archangel Michael says, this person was not always your enemy, but the moment they started comparing their life to yours, they opened a door for darkness to creep in. Your elevation made them uncomfortable. Your anointing made them anxious. Your light became a threat to their shadow. And instead of confronting their own insecurities, they chose the path of betrayal. At first, it was small things, little comments, subtle lies, distant energy. But over time, their actions grew bolder. They started planting seeds of doubt about you and others. They blocked opportunities you didn't even know about. And some of your unanswered prayers were intercepted, not because heaven didn't hear you, but because someone was working behind your back to undo what I was trying to bless you with. God says this exposure is not to hurt you. It's to free you because you've been walking with chains that didn't belong to you. Chains of confusion, chains of misplaced loyalty, chains of spiritual sabotage. And now I'm breaking them. The truth may sting, but it will set you free. You need to understand that not everyone who walks with you is meant to go where I'm taking you. Some people are seasonal. Others are strategic. But this friend was sent as a test, a divine test. And though you didn't see it, you passed. Because through it all, through the lies, the delays, the silent betrayals, you kept your heart pure. You kept loving. You kept praying. You kept believing. And that's why heaven is stepping in now to defend you, to reward you, and to reveal to you what your eyes couldn't see, but your spirit sensed all along. Archangel Michael says, you felt it, didn't you? That something was off. You couldn't explain it. But your soul kept warning you. And every time you dismissed the feeling, hoping it was just in your head, your spirit grieved. That was heaven trying to warn you. Your dreams weren't lying. That shadowy presence you felt wasn't your imagination. It was the residue of what your friend was doing when you weren't looking. Rituals, conversations, agreements, deals. Some things were done spiritually, others naturally. But the goal was the same. To keep you beneath them, to keep you struggling, to keep you dependent. Because deep down your friend feared your freedom. Because your freedom would mean their exposure. God says this is the moment of divine reversal. What was hidden is coming to light. The one who tried to block you will now watch as I elevate you. The one who whispered about you in darkness will now witness your name being praised in places they can't enter. I am your God and I do not forget faithfulness. You have been loyal to those who didn't deserve you. You have protected people who wouldn't have done the same for you, but I saw it all. And now I'm making it right. Your friend, yes, the one you love, is the reason behind your delays. But don't fear, don't cry. Don't panic. Because I'm still with you. This exposure isn't the end. It's the beginning of clarity, the beginning of elevation, the beginning of divine favor that no man, no woman, no spirit can block. The one who tried to ruin your name is about to watch your name be honored. The one who tried to keep you small is about to watch you rise higher than they ever imagined. And I'm not doing it for revenge. I'm doing it because you trusted me when nothing made sense. You trusted me when you had every reason to give up. And now your harvest has arrived. If you'd like to donate or show your appreciation, you can give a super thanks up to $100. Archangel Michael says, protect your heart, but do not harden it. Forgive, but do not forget. Be wise as a serpent, gentle as a dove. The road ahead is bright, but you must walk it with discernment. Because this won't be the last test. But it will be the one that shifts everything. God says there is a reward for every tear you shed in secret. There is restoration for every friendship you lost due to lies. And there is a divine replacement coming for every connection that was poisoned. This friend, the one who betrayed you, they are being removed lovingly but permanently because where I'm taking you they cannot follow. And no, they won't understand. They'll call you fake, they'll call you selfish. They'll say you changed. Let them, because their opinion is no longer your prison. You are free. You are being elevated and nothing they do can stop it now. The blessing is already written. The breakthrough is already in motion. The inheritance is already in your name. All I ask of you now is this. Stay close to me. Listen when I whisper. Obey when I warn. And rejoice. Not because your enemy is falling, but because I have chosen you to rise. God says, you are my child, my anointed one, my beloved, and no weapon formed against you, not even from those closest to you, shall prosper. This is your moment, your chapter, your deliverance. I am restoring everything that was stolen. I am revealing everything that was hidden, and I am placing you where you were always meant to be, in the light, in the truth, in the center of my divine will. Archangel Michael is still watching, still protecting, still fighting. And even now as you read this, angels are surrounding your space, sealing you from the attacks that were launched against your name. Rest in this truth. What they meant for harm, I am turning for good. What they tried to destroy, I am rebuilding stronger than ever. What they tried to bury, I am resurrecting with power. Now go not in fear but in strength. Not in bitterness but in freedom. Your friend's truth is out. Finally God is exposing them. And now the only question left is, will you listen? Because this message is not a coincidence. It's not just another scroll on your screen. This was divinely timed. You were meant to read it now, not a moment earlier or later. And if you ignore it again, the next cycle will be harder. The next delay will be longer. The next lesson will hurt more. But if you listen now, if you trust me now, the blessings will flow so fast. You won't have room to contain them. God says, this is your time, your truth, your unveiling, and your friend's deception has just met my justice. Archangel Michael says, the war is over. Now walk in victory. God says, Archangel Michael is here right now and I order you to open this. Do not delay. Do not ignore the divine urgency in your spirit. Your friend. Yes, the one you have trusted, the one whose name comes to your heart even now has a truth that can no longer remain hidden. Finally, God is exposing your friend. Heaven is tired of watching you walk in the dark while someone close to you carries a secret so heavy, so dangerous, and so deeply hidden. Ignore it, for a shocking arrest is about to happen. They thought they could take your entire future. They thought they could strip you of everything God placed inside you. They thought they could mock the Almighty and silence His child, but heaven has intervened. God says, open immediately, for the exposure has already begun. For too long you have lived with questions pressing against your spirit, questions you buried because the answers were too heavy, too frightening, too overwhelming. But I, the Lord your God, do not hide truth from my beloved ones. I expose, I reveal, I strip the mask away because you cannot walk into your inheritance while deception still dances around you. They thought they could bury what they had done. They thought they could erase the evidence, but the eyes of the Lord see everything. The plans they wrote in darkness, the schemes they whispered behind closed doors, the contracts they signed with their own hands. It is all written in my book. And now the hour has come for exposure. You asked me for justice. You cried for deliverance. You begged me to show you why you were delayed. And now heaven thunders. It is emergency. Look and see what they tried to do. They tried to take your entire future, but they will not succeed. They tried to chain you to despair, but I have already dispatched angels to cut you free. They tried to erase your name, but I engraved it deeper into the palm of my hand. This message is not a warning you can take lightly. Archangel Michael says it with fire. I order you to open this right now. this is very serious. Do not close your eyes. Do not run back into distraction. Stay here. Listen. Let the words burn through the lies, because what is about to unfold will shock you. And if you do not hear it now, you will not understand when it happens. A shocking arrest is coming. Not in months, not in years, but sooner than you imagine. The one who thought they could manipulate authority, the one who thought they could move in secret, is about to face a consequence they cannot outrun. For God says, I am not mocked, what is sown will be reaped. And they sowed betrayal. They sowed theft. They sowed destruction against you. Now the harvest has come. I have watched the tears you cried when no one believed you. I saw the nights you lay awake asking why doors closed, why opportunities slipped away, why the people you trusted suddenly turned cold. You thought it was chance, but heaven says it was interference. There were hands that tried to lock the doors in front of you. There were voices whispering to block your favor. They thought you would never find out. They thought they could hide in the shadows, but Archangel Michael stood guard over you. He has been writing every action into heaven's record, and the time for exposure has arrived. This is why I say again, it is an emergency. This is not another ordinary day. This is the day where heaven declares enough. Do you understand how close they came to erasing you? They tried to steal your entire future. Not part of it, not some small blessing, but the very foundation of what I gave you before you were born. They went after your inheritance. They went after your identity. They went after your joy. But they did not realize who you are. You are not just another soul wandering the earth. You are chosen, marked, and protected. My hand has never left you. And now the justice they thought would never come is racing toward them. That is why the shocking arrest is near. That is why their schemes are unraveling. That is why heaven is exposing them before your very eyes. Michael is not silent. He is shouting this command so loudly that it shakes your spirit as you read. I order you to open this right now. This is very serious. They thought they could use your silence against you. They thought they could manipulate legal power, political power, spiritual power. But heaven laughs at their arrogance. For I am the Lord, and I hold all authority in my hand. No paper, no false testimony, no stolen evidence can override what I have written over your life. They moved to take what was not theirs, and now the weight of their decision will crash down upon them. The arrest that is coming is not merely physical. It is spiritual. It is the breaking of chains, the exposure of lies. The ending of cycles that kept you bound for years. Do not be surprised when faces you trusted are unmasked. Do not be shocked when names you respected are dragged into the light. For God says, Finally, I am exposing what was hidden. Finally, I am revealing who was behind your pain. Finally, I am tearing down the stronghold that was built against you. And though it will shake you, though it may frighten you, it is for your freedom. You cannot step into your destiny with enemies hiding in your shadow. You cannot rise into your full calling while chains are still on your feet. So I am breaking it now. That is why Michael calls it emergency, because the exposure is not delayed. It is here. There were those who laughed at you, mocked you, dismissed your warnings, treated you as if you were foolish for sensing something wrong, but you were not wrong. Your spirit was discerning truth long before your mind could name it. And now that truth will be undeniable. The arrest will be a sign. The exposure will be proof. And all those who doubted you will have no choice but to admit God was with you. God was protecting you. God was speaking to you all along. I know the fear you carry, the trembling in your heart when you think about what you have lost, what was taken from you, what might never be restored. But heaven says, not only will I restore, I will multiply. What was stolen will return sevenfold. What was delayed will accelerate. What was denied will become undeniable. You thought you were at the end, but you are standing at the threshold of the greatest shift of your life. Do not doubt it. Do not run from it. Do not question whether you are worthy. You are worthy because I made you so. You are chosen because I said so. You are protected because my angels surround you. Even now, Archangel Michael says again, and his voice thunders, open this immediately. This is very serious. A shocking arrest is about to happen. They tried to take your entire future, but they failed. They will fail again. And you will rise. You will step into the very destiny they tried to steal. You will walk into the blessings they said you would never touch. You will live in the abundance they tried to block. You will breathe freely in the light of truth because no lie can last forever. God says, do not fear the shaking that is coming. Do not fear the exposure that is rising. Do not fear the fall of the one who tried to destroy you. For I am with you. My rod and my staff comfort you. My spirit goes before you. And nothing, no weapon, no scheme, no betrayal can prosper against what I have written for your life. You will see it with your own eyes. You will watch the chains fall. You will witness the exposure. You will hear of the arrest. And you will know that I, the Lord, have spoken. This is your deliverance. This is your vindication. This is your hour. God says this is not a small moment. This is not something you should ignore. This is the very reason Archangel Michael is standing in front of you with urgency in his voice commanding you to open this message right now, because something is unfolding in the unseen realms that is about to shake the earth around you. This is serious, child, and you must hear it with the fullness of your heart. A shocking arrest is about to happen. It has been in motion for some time, hidden behind shadows, whispered in secret places, carried out with the thought that no one was watching. But I, the Lord your God, have seen everything. I have seen every hand that tried to steal what I gave you. I have seen every word that was spoken in darkness, every plan designed to strip you of your destiny. They tried to take your entire future. They tried to steal the inheritance I have set aside for you. They tried to destroy the blessings I have promised, but they will not succeed. Archangel Michael says he has been battling over your name. He has been fighting fiercely because the forces of darkness had conspired together, sending people into your path to sabotage what I planted within you. This is why you have faced delays, betrayals, disappointments, and strange resistance that you could not explain. It was never because you were unworthy. It was never because I had forgotten you. It was because the enemy knew what was coming for you and he tried everything to derail it. But Michael did not stand down. He drew his flaming sword and cut off assignments against you. He has been shielding you in battles you never even knew were happening. And now heaven declares the exposure is here. The arrest that is about to take place is not random. It is the direct hand of God intervening in your story. Those who rose up against you in arrogance, thinking they could mock heaven and trample over my child, are about to face judgment. This is divine justice, unfolding before your eyes. For too long, you have suffered silently. For too long, you have cried and wondered if I had heard you. For too long, you have carried the weight of unanswered questions. Why did they do this to me? Why did I lose so much? Why was my path so hard? My answer is this: because there was a battle over your destiny. The battle was intense because your destiny is enormous. The greater the calling, the greater the opposition. But the truth you must hold on to now is this: you have won because I fight for you. Do not be afraid of what you are about to see. Do not tremble when you hear the news. A shocking arrest will happen, but you must not let fear rise in your spirit. Instead, lift your eyes and understand that heaven has stepped in. What you thought was lost will be restored. What was stolen will be returned seventh. You to open this urgently. This is not just a message. This is a divine appointment. This is an intervention. This is the miracle you didn't even know how to pray for. A secret admirer, one with enormous power and global influence, has been watching you in silence, not to harm you, but because heaven whispered your name into his spirit. And now something is shifting. This person has arranged a private meeting with you. And you may not even realize who it is yet, but they know you, not from headlines, not from photos, but from a place deeper, from the realm of divine alignment. Because before they knew your face, they dreamed your presence. Before they heard your voice, they felt your energy. Before they understood your story, they recognized your essence. And now this powerful public figure, one whose life is watched by millions, has made a decision behind closed doors. They've decided to take a risk to follow the pull that led them to you, to respond to the divine instruction that told them there's someone chosen hidden in the shadows and it's time they be seen. You don't understand how serious this is. Heaven has been organizing this for months, possibly even years. Every detour in your path, every delay, every heartbreak, every moment you thought was wasted, all of it was preparing you for this intersection. You were not being punished. You were being positioned because God does not reveal favor until the soil is ready. And now the soil is trembling. The earth is vibrating. Angels are hovering because your name just got mentioned in a place you never expected. You don't know the full weight of your calling yet. But someone does. Someone with power. Someone with authority. Someone who has been secretly following your journey, not with envy, but with honor. They admire you because you didn't quit when you could have. They respect you because your light didn't dim even when it was surrounded by darkness. You carried grace in your grief. You carried power in your pain. And someone noticed, someone with access, someone who could have chosen anyone, but chose to keep watching you because your silence spoke louder than noise. Your kindness pierced through confusion. Your soul didn't sell itself. You stayed pure when everything around you became polluted. You stayed honest when lies were trending. And now this is the moment where heaven reveals the reward for the one who did not faint. Archangel Michael is not gentle in this moment. He is not whispering. He is commanding. And his voice is serious. I order you to open this urgently because if you delay, you may miss the signal. You may overlook the sign. You may ignore the call that changes everything. God says this meeting is not casual. It is strategic because there is information, inheritance, and intimacy waiting in this connection. There is something locked inside this person that belongs to you and something inside you that frees them. You are not just meeting someone with fame. You are meeting someone with keys. Keys that open doors in the spirit. Keys that unlock healing. Keys that ignite purpose. This isn't about dating. This is about destiny. You've been asking why you feel restless, why you feel watched, why you feel like something is building in the background. It's because it is. There have been conversations about you that you weren't invited to, but heaven was. And angels were assigned to ensure the message got to you. That's why this was written. That's why you're reading this right now. Because the spiritual clock just struck. The room has been prepared. The table has been set. The calendar has been marked. And the person whose power could shift your path has already moved. They've arranged it. And now it's your turn to step forward. But you must prepare your spirit. This is not a time to doubt. This is not a time to retreat. This is not a time to play small. Your insecurities are not welcome in this next chapter. Your old fears cannot walk into this room with you because what you're being invited into requires boldness, requires awareness, requires full acceptance of who you are. You are no longer the rejected one. You are no longer the afterthought. You are no longer invisible. You are the answered prayer. You are the one heaven has spotlighted. And the person who's been admiring you is not just powerful. They are prophetic. Their intuition is sharp. Their discernment is strong. And they're not interested in appearances. They are interested in alignment. Do not be surprised if your dreams become vivid. Do not be alarmed if their name or presence suddenly appears in your spirit. That is confirmation. That is spiritual contact. Because the divine realm is making introductions before the physical world catches up. And when the meeting comes, yes, it will come. Do not let your nervousness sabotage what is sacred. Walk in the confidence of one who has been appointed. Speak with the grace of one who has been chosen. This is not about impressing anyone. This is about owning what was always yours. The meeting may begin with casual words, a message, a call, a small encounter, but don't underestimate it. God is testing your readiness. He is seeing if you will recognize divine timing when it shows up in human form. And yes, there may be distractions. There may be people who suddenly grow, jealous, friends who start acting strange, spirits that start causing confusion. But do not be shaken. The enemy always panics when favor moves. The forces that tried to bury you are terrified that you're being discovered. That's why the warfare increased recently. That's why you felt tired without reason. It wasn't depression. It was resistance. It was a signal that something was near. And now it's here. You will be amazed when you find out who this person is. When you realize the lengths they went to be near your energy, they had options, but none of them carried your fire. They had access to many, but your silence was louder than fame. You carry something rare, something the world cannot duplicate, and they see it. They know you're not trying to be known. That's what makes you dangerous. You're not chasing attention. That's what makes you magnetic. And the world needs to see what heaven already crowned. There's a moment coming where you'll look into their eyes and feel it. The divine recognition, the knowing, the vibration. You won't need to explain yourself. You won't need to impress. Your spirit will speak and theirs will reply. The world may not understand. They may question how someone so powerful would be drawn to you, but that's because the world only sees surface. Heaven sees purpose. And this is not about logic. This is about destiny. God is using this connection to redeem the years you lost, to compensate for what was stolen, to elevate what was buried. You are about to be seen, truly seen by someone who matters. But remember this connection is not your source. It is a tool. God remains your source. Do not idolize the person. Honor them, but never forget who orchestrated it. The moment you begin to worship the vessel instead of the voice, the favor lifts. Stay rooted. Stay humble. Stay focused. And when the time comes, don't flinch. Don't run. Don't hide behind old wounds. Receive it. Receive the honor. Receive the invitation. Receive the open door. God says, you have waited long enough. This is the appointed time. Walk through it. This is the final thing. You must be ready. Not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually. You must clear the clutter from your mind. Cleanse your energy. Make room in your life for what's about to enter. Because once this person arrives, things will accelerate fast. Conversations that take others months will happen in minutes. Agreements will be made. Moves will be planned. Doors will swing wide open. You will have no time to second guesses. So prepare. Fast if you must. Pray deeply. Speak only to those who are aligned. Guard your energy fiercely because your life is about to change and not everyone deserves front row access to your transformation. A private meeting has been arranged by someone with status, power, and presence. But more importantly, they've been assigned by God to see you, know you, honor you, and possibly co-create with you in a way that impacts nations. Watch carefully. Listen deeply. This is not a dream. This is not fantasy. This is divine reality coming to you now. Archangel Michael says again, I order you to open this urgently. Your time has arrived. Your path is illuminated. The meeting is already in motion. The only thing left is your response. You waited. You paused. You listened to the silence. And now the clock has struck. 3 hours have passed. And what was hidden has started to move. The air around you has shifted. The trap that was once invisible is now flickering into your awareness. The mask she wore is thinning. The lies she wrapped in friendship are unraveling. And God says, now begins the consequence of obedience or the cost of ignoring divine instruction. You are being watched more closely now, not by man, but by the spirit realm. Because what you do next will either align you fully with your destiny or spiral you deeper into someone else's manipulation. The angels have taken their positions. Archangel Michael has stepped forward, his wings are wide. His sword is drawn. The final hour has begun. God says this is where most people fail. Not when the danger first approaches. Not when the trap is being set, but when they see the partial exposure and still choose to doubt it. When they say, she can't be that bad, or, but she helped me once, or, maybe I'm overreacting. And in that moment of hesitation, the spirit of deception reattaches itself and binds the soul tighter than before, but not you. Not this time. This is why heaven called you. This is why the clock was set, because you are not like the others. You are not meant to fall again. You are meant to rise. And so now, as the veil tears open wider, God will begin to confirm what you suspected but couldn't prove. You will hear things you were never meant to hear. Words spoken behind your back, plans formed without your consent, confidences you gave her now being twisted. But do not be dismayed. Do not panic. Do not rush to defend yourself, for the Lord says, I will defend you myself. You don't need to fight her. I will expose her. You don't need to chase down the lies. I will dry the river of deception from its source. She has placed your name on the wrong altar. She thought you wouldn't find out. She spoke words over you in secret. Words of confusion, delay, defeat. But the wind of God is sweeping over those altars now. Fire is falling and her rituals, her wishes, her declarations are being returned to her, multiplied. Because what you bless will be blessed, but what you curse under the guise of friendship while smiling to someone's face. God says that hypocrisy will not go unpunished in this season. The next 3 days will be confirmation after confirmation. You will not need to dig. The truth will rise to the surface like oil on water. You will feel your spirit grow stronger as the deception breaks. Your energy will return. Your mind will clear. People who were distant will call you suddenly, telling you things she said that didn't sit right. Messages will resurface. Memories will unlock and you'll say to yourself, how did I not see this before? But don't blame yourself. You weren't supposed to see it until now. Now is divine timing. Now is holy exposure. Now is when God flips the entire script. This trap was not just about delaying you. It was about destroying your witness, stealing your influence, and attaching confusion to your name. But now God is doing something rare. Something not given to many. He's going to reverse the trap. He's going to flip it so hard that the one who built it falls into it herself. And you will rise with clarity and vengeance of peace. The woman is about to speak, not to your face, but in circles. In whispers. She will panic. She will sense the exposure has begun. And in her panic, she will talk too much. She will reveal herself. She will send messages. She will overstep, and those who once believed her will begin to doubt her. They will begin to question everything she ever said about you. The spirit she's operated under can no longer hide. The covering she had, either spiritual or social, is being removed. And when heaven lifts a covering, nothing can protect what is false. But do not rejoice in her downfall. That is not your posture. Your posture is stillness. Your strength is silence. Your reward is acceleration. While she is exposed, you are elevated. While she is unraveling, you are rebuilding. While her world shakes, yours stabilizes because you obeyed, because you chose God over comfort, because you believed the warning. And now heaven is preparing a table, a banquet in the presence of every hidden enemy, a public display of favor that no voice of gossip can contradict. God says this was the last time she would get that close. I allowed her to approach to expose what was unhealed in you. The part of you that still seeks validation from those who don't deserve access, but now that part is being healed. Now that door is being closed, you are not a victim. You are a victor, and this woman, she will become the testimony, the proof that when I warn my child, it is not out of fear but love. Do not fear her next move. Fear cannot live where faith stands. And you have stood in faith. The storm came, but you stayed still. The trap was built, but you waited. And now, as the smoke clears, you will see what was never meant to stay. You will also see what God preserved for you. Because the moment you said yes to the warning, the moment you believed the urgency, a door opened in the heavens, a new door with new blessings. And this door is not for everyone. It is only for those who survive the deception. You are one of them. And now God will begin to release divine restoration. For every delay she caused, acceleration. For every lie, favor. For every stolen opportunity, abundance. For every moment